Morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? How are you? It's me. It's me. Okay, as Facebook jumps around and starts building my audience for me, I'm just going to turn down my tunes. Gee, they've been loud this morning. You know, I'm human too. You got to get yourself into high vibes. You've got to actually do the work sometimes to get yourself into high vibes. Okay, so we're slowly starting to build an audience. Hi, everybody. Good morning, Kate. Good morning. I think you were first this morning. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Okay, again, I forgot my mic. Why do I keep doing that? Let me just put that back on, put that on. It's my latest thing lately. See, I'm so professional. Look at me. I do have a checklist, but I didn't look at it. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning. Okay, I can see it building up now. Fantastic. Hi, Elise. Hi, Darlene. Hi. Hey, Sonia. Good morning. Can everybody please say good morning over on the side? Good morning, Denise. Good morning, Melinda. Flourishing February from Mel and Cooper. Thank you for the warning. There won't be any F-bombs today. Good morning, Paula. Yeah, just make sure that you pop a good morning over on the side there for me so that I can say good morning back to you, because I love to do that. Love to see you all there. And I'm really grateful that you guys are always joining me. Mwah. Hey there, beautiful Susan. Okay, so what I want to do is say hi. Oh my God, is there something going on in the planets? I looked at Elizabeth Peru's report this morning and I was just going, no, that's not it. There's something going on. I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually feeling really quite heavy. Now, I don't want to sound like an alcoholic or anything, but last night I didn't have a glass of wine or a gin because I just thought, you know what, I'm just over the whole drinking glass of wines now. I'm going to just wind down, have beautiful cold soda water. And actually I had noticed that when I wake up in the morning, I was really foggy and I thought it was alcohol. Good news, it's not, because I'm still foggy. Anyway, so let me just say good morning. Hey there, Michelle. Hey, Melissa. And hey, Holly. Beautiful. Lovely to see you. So, yes, I don't know about you guys. Who's feeling heavy? Who's feeling heavy, heavy, heavy? Is it just me? Because I don't like when it's just me. You're flourishing or are you floundering? Last night, yesterday, actually, I sent the newsletter out to everybody on my database. Did you guys all get a copy? I know that it went out and people got them. So yes, I want to talk about what I was talking about in that newsletter. So one of the things I also wanted to get you guys to do is we've got a massive increase of people happening over in the Rich Living Room again, which is fantastic. But I think when you're watching a live video, it can say share, it says share. If you could just hit that share button, do the likes and do the loves and do the hearts, because that's going to start pumping it through and connect them back to the Rich Living Room so the guys in there see it as well. Good morning, Robin. Headaches for days. I woke up with a headache. Yeah, just couldn't make sense of it. Okay, feeling heavy. Right, okay. So, for those of you that are joining me for the very first time, my name is Michelle House. I am from Rich Living. You guys all know the drill now. I'm from Rich Living, and Rich Living is all about your money and your life and how to live a rich life from the inside out. And these are live at 5:55. Thank you. I can see you all sharing and sending love. Thank you. Okay, I'm seeing all the comments. So yes, thank you for joining. For those of you that are joining me again, and I know that I love you, you follow me and you're here every morning. It's so uplifting for me to see you guys there as well. It's like, I really do feel like we've all just kind of met down the park after our walk and we're just having a bit of a chat. Well, I'm taking over the conversation, but anyway. I don't do that in real life. All right. Sound isn't good for me. Can't figure out if it's my end. Oh, okay. So has anybody else got sound issues? Anybody else got sound issues? Melly's got a sad face. Robin's flourishing. Nobody else got sound issues? I'll keep going if I can't see any more sound issues. All right, cool. So let's get cracking. What I want to talk to you about was the email I sent out yesterday was to do with are you flourishing or floundering? I find a lot of people get to February and they kind of look back and go, hang on a sec. I said I wanted to do all these things and I haven't done any of them. Where did January go? And another, Karen Gunton, who's a friend of mine, has this saying that February is the new January. And I think if you think about the last week of December, you kind of get through the end of December and you go, oh, thank God that's over. New Year's Eve's tomorrow night. It's all good. It's fine. Then we'll be right. it's kind of, you feel heavy as you lead into it. I don't know. Do you guys feel the same? So no worries about being late, Georgina. No worries. Okay, clear enough sound. Okay, good. So there's the flourish and the flounder, okay? And there is always a bit of both in our lives. There's always heavy, there's always light. But in the heaviness, it's our opportunity to go to the light. Somebody said to me, you know, that sounds like you want to sort of go to the light, like the light. But it is not that light. You know what I mean? The heaviness is an opportunity to see the light. And the last, on the weekend, I actually, you know, was looking at my schedule, started to panic because for me, February is all about preparing a launch sequence. I've never done this before, but a launch sequence for my money school, which opens at the end of the month. And gosh, I can still feel it in my stomach. I've got some work to do myself, you know, that I'm really nervous about writing the emails that have to go out. I'm a bit on, not on edge, but wary or something. And, you know, I started to think, what is it, Michelle? Go deeper, go deeper, go deeper. And in order for me to go deeper, I actually had to step out of my environment. So it started to feel really, really heavy. And just being here in my office and doing the stuff behind the computer and just getting stuck and getting forced and going, come on, I really want to flourish at this. Force the flourish was just ridiculous. So yesterday we all packed up and went down to the beach for the day. We went to beautiful Currumbin. You guys in Queensland know Currumbin, where it's, you know, you can have the beachy waves over one side or the lovely lagoony, lakey thingy on the other. You know, I just sat in there and I just floated while the kids ran around and played. And I didn't actually force myself to think about anything. I just daydreamed, and I just was drifting off and coming back and drifting off and coming back. And I think for me, I just that washover of the salt water, the sand, it's my connection. And when I do that, it's almost like I've plugged myself into the charger, you know, the iPhone charger. I've plugged myself in to charging myself. And then when I came home, I had a massive big sleep. I know it's a Monday. Massive big sleep. And then I woke up and I went, okay, right, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get into it. But what I noticed was I still had this feeling of I'm not good enough. People aren't going to like my emails. People aren't going to like the way I write. People aren't going to think this, blah, 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 whatever it was. But the underlying belief is still there. I'm not good enough. I'm not as good as other people. And it's funny, in one of my other groups, somebody was talking about, my God, when does it stop? When do the beliefs stop? Well, they don't. They're always there. They're always there, and then you get rid of one, and then another one comes up, and then you get rid of that one. Because when you think about it, because I keep going, it's like I go back in time, and then I go back in the timeline, I might go back till I'm 20, when an I'm not good enough story happened, and then I come back to 30, and an I'm not good enough story happened, and then I go back to 3. And so I'm kind of going back in the past, dodging in between these different times in time. And of course it has to be uncovered. Every single layer, every single story has to be uncovered. Otherwise it's still sitting there with you. So it's like we're going forward, you know, as we go forward and we reframe and re-say, I am good enough, I am good enough, we're going forward in time. Is that making sense? Keeping me real, my friend, is a practice. That's me on the back of a horse plugged into a charger. Beautiful. What is Lisa's saying? What I give to have sun and be at the beach, cold and UK, but what's new? Yeah, okay. So I don't know. So Lisa, what do you do? What do you do to recharge? For me, it's nature. And I know I was just talking to a friend of mine who's over in the US they've been snowed in for 2 weeks, which I actually didn't get means they're snowed in. They don't go anywhere for 2 weeks. It's like cabin fever over there in certain areas. So whatever it is you need to do to recharge, and accept that there is always a layer. There is always a layer. So I wrote a couple of notes about, you know, we've got to be careful about when we're in the struggle, when we're in the flounder, when we're in the challenge, to not stay in the struggle. The struggle is there, right? And the struggle is real, but the more we stay in it being a feeling of struggle, the harder and heavier it's going to be for us to move through it. And I'm not saying, okay, right, well, that's heavy, and Michelle said, go to light, right? I don't have a struggle anymore. It's not going to happen like that. But a little bit of action towards it. I think we might have a morning visitor. Just one moment. The struggle is little by little. So yes, I'm in a challenge. So taking me as an example, yes, I'm in a challenge, and yes, I'm in a struggle with myself at the moment about getting it right. So let's just take a little bit of light in that, and let's look at, where have you been good enough for your community right now, in the Rich Living community? Where have you been good enough? And then I can start building this evidence toolkit, and it kind of diminishes. And I go, well, hang on a second. That was in the past where I wasn't good enough. It's actually now and into the future that I am good enough. So little by little by little by little. A walk in the woods is my favorite grounds over there in the UK, Lisa. Awesome, beautiful. So how does that sit with everybody who's feeling heavy? Finding something small to get yourself into that high vibration state. So you've got to start with little. It's not, for me, I've got to write 2 email articles in half an hour. And I'm going, okay, right. Okay, so what I'm going to do as soon as I finish here is go out and stand on the ground, connect with nature, look at the sun rising, have a little quick walk around my garden, have a beautiful green juice or something to, something that makes me feel good. And then I'm going to come back in and write it. Will I be finished my challenge by the end of today? Probably not, because I've got another 12 emails that I have to write in the launch sequence. But little by little, it's going to get easier and easier. There's no quick fix. There's no quick fix, and there is no end. Like, look at me. I've been doing this work for 24 years. And I guess I'm luckier than a lot of people that have been in the work for such a long time. But there's still the 20 years prior to that needs to be uncovered and unraveled. Does that make sense? Awesome. Brad, what are you doing? Good morning, Brad. You're a horse today? Emma, the beach is my connection too. Nitty Nanny, morning. Georgina, Elise, big one for me. The whole not feeling good enough. The ocean is my happy place. And I'm not good enough is the flip to I am, is then you flip it. So I'm not good enough, flip it to I am good enough, and grab a piece of evidence. So I can grab a piece of evidence and say, I am good enough. Look at that beautiful email I got from somebody yesterday who was really inspired by one of my 555s last week and did something to change her world. I am good enough. Okay, that's a piece of evidence. Right, okay, start writing those emails. So little by little, start grabbing the pieces of evidence. The more you sit in the heavy struggle, the harder and the longer you will sit there. So little by little by little by little. All right. All right, beautiful. I'm going to go write those emails. And by the way, everybody's getting the emails now? There was a problem where people weren't getting the emails. So make sure you are getting them, because got to keep telling yourself you are good enough. Yeah, you do. And it's one person said it once when you were really little, and what you did from that point in time was you started to build the evidence to make that statement true, because a person of authority has said something that made you feel, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. And then you then went and looked for the evidence to prove that you're not good enough. All we're doing on the flip side is the complete opposite. I am good enough. Look at all this evidence that I am good enough. Are you sitting on my new lounge? Look at that. Don't you put your dirty fingers on it. All right. Thank you. Look at how our children look at us. We are amazing in their eyes. Yes, Emma. Beautiful, 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 honey. All righty. I will see you guys tomorrow. No, it's over here. Look, he's trying to say hello. Hello. See you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'll catch up with you in the living room or tomorrow for 5:55. See ya. Oh, hang on. I'm just reading Michelle's comment. Wait. A thought occurred to me yesterday. My mum always says that I'm just like my dad and see the good in everyone. It occurred to me then, how come I don't see that I'm good enough? Ooh, that might require some standing outside on the ground with bare feet. That's cool, Michelle. Big awareness there. You chat about that over in the living room. Oh. I told you, this rich living room 555, it's all raw and real in here. All right, see you guys. Have a great day. Bye.